Hey, so we're back again with another gRPC call video. And the last one we went over server-side streaming, and then this one we're going to go over client-side streaming. So in this case, the client is the one opening up the stream and sending messages over that stream to the Go server. The Go server will go ahead and do all the calculations or whatever kind of processing that needs to be done at its end, and then it'll kind of just wait. It'll wait to see whether or not the client wants to close the stream or not, or the server also has an option to, kind of set a timer or a timeout value while it waits for that stream to have any kind of data pass through it. And if it doesn't, then it could close it on its end. But in this case, we're just gonna manage the closing of the stream from the client. Maybe in another video, I'll show how to do it from the server side. It's not very much more, but in this case, I'll just do it from the client. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the code. We're going to go ahead and open up the proto file, and we're going to add in a new RPC function. I'm going to add in a function called update subscriber. Let's go ahead and explain that. So yeah, our update subscriber is going to take in a subscriber list data type, and it's going to send that, it's going to take that in via a stream. So our parameters, our requests, are, they're coming through a stream this time. And then it's going to return a generic response once that stream is closed. So let me go ahead and get the definitions for the subscriber list. I already have generic response defined here. I used it in a previous one. But for the subscriber list, it's just a repeated string. So repeated string just means basically a string array, and that string array is going to be called subscribers. So that's pretty much it for this file. The only thing we're going to do with it now is just create our files in Go that act as the bridge from gRPC to Golang. So we're going to cd into the folder where our proto file is at, which is email messages, and then we're going to run the protoc command. So we run that command, and now you can see that these files have been updated. They're yellow now. And now there is a new interface. It's called update subscribers, and it takes into context gRPC call options, and it has a stream that will send back and forth, or will send subscriber lists through the stream, and it will send a generic response through the stream on the way back. So kind of to show it, the subscriber list will come this way. And I guess I kind of misspoke. The generic response won't be sent through a stream, but it'll be sent back in this response message. So subscriber list coming through on messages, and then we have the generic response coming back to the client through the response message. And then the other one we have here for the return value is an error if there are any. So let's go to server.go. That's where I'm holding all of my implementations of the interfaces. And I already have that one written out, so I'm just going to copy from here. All right, so again, we have this method handler, the email message server that was defined up here, and then the name of the function, which is update subscriber, and it's taking in a stream for update subscriber, and it will return an error if there are any. So the way it works when we have a client sending messages over a stream, we want to keep that stream alive, keep it going, and continuously pick up data as it's being sent over that stream. So we're going to create a for loop that doesn't have any end. There's no limit to it. So it'll basically be infinite. And it'll iterate over and over again until either there's an error that's returned back, or the client closes it on its end. So just take a step back. We have our stream.receive, so we're receiving request over the stream, and then it's going to return the request, and it's going to return an error. So if there's an error that has in the file, it's going to return back that in our code that is going to return back nil, but in our logging, it's going to send back in our logs that the stream is closed by the client. And then if there are any other errors, or it'll send back that there's an error received, and it'll send it back in our logs, and then it'll also return it from the method itself from update subscribers. So yeah, so that's how we'll be handling any errors. Then we come down here with the actual request. So if everything is good, it'll go ahead and do get subscribers. So when it's doing this get subscribers, what it's doing is it's pulling from this subscribers list and this specific attribute that's associated with the subscriber list. So it's basically like a getter function for that subscriber list, like kind of like data type. So then it stores the subscribers in a variable called subscribers, and then it'll range over that list of subscribers and pick each subscriber through the value, and it'll just print it out into our logging. And that's kind of like our processing at the data or at the server side. So that's pretty much it for this server.go implementation file. We'll just cd back to the parent of our project, and then we'll just do go run main.go, and that's going to get our server started. Everything looks good. Now we come over to Postman. So Postman is where we're going to go ahead and be able to test this. So we already had used the send email broadcast letter. Now we've chosen to use the update subscriber, and we've defined a message here. So again, that subscriber list is going to be a list of strings, and I just made up some emails to pass into here. So now we can go ahead and invoke this, and you can see here that it's streaming. And since we already have our message here ready to go, we just click send, and it's able to send that message to our server. And we can see here that it's been received. And that's what we're doing here in this print statement. It's just saying that it's received the message, and it's printing out the subscriber name. And this line of communication is still open between the two. So we can send another one to the server. And oh, there we go. That's the issue. There we go. So yeah, and then you can see it sent another one there, and we come back here, we can see that that there's two new ones here that have been generated in our logging. So yeah, that is client-side streaming for gRPC and Go. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll continue to make more.